Welcome back to Brick Station, guys. Before we move on and onto this video for the in the hall of the Goblin King MOC, I would like to mention to you that very soon, and hopefully sometime after this video has been posted, I will be making a Flickr account, so I'm excited about that. Not only will we have Pinterest, but we will also have Flickr for me to post stuff and hopefully guide you guys or the people who find me on those applications that they would be sent to this YouTube, and hopefully we can start growing this channel a little bit more, maybe host some contests, etc, etc. Just, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. That's it really for news for the channel. I'm gonna keep on doing with my 1 week and then the next week schedule. So this week I'm gonna be posting a Hobbit MOC. Next week I'm just gonna be posting something random, just a random MOC. It might be something, I don't know, Star Wars, or it doesn't matter what theme it is. And then the week after that, I'll be doing another Hobbit MOC. So 1 week Hobbit, 1 week not. That way it just gives me a little bit of time to make some other stuff besides Lego the Hobbit stuff. Because I was getting kind of bored of only doing Hobbit stuff, and so I decided to make some other stuff, and I was really glad with how those turned out. So moving on to this MOC, I'm super excited to have finally finished this. This took a little bit more time, and so that's the 2 weeks that this was used to make up. So before we move on, of course, I will do my reading that for whatever it's inspired from the book, this MOC. They did not hate dwarves especially, no more than they hated everybody and everything, and particularly the orderly and prosperous. In some parts, wicked dwarves had even made alliances with them. But they had a special grudge against Thorn's people, because of the war you have heard mentioned, but which does not come into this tale. And anyway, goblins don't care who they catch, as long as it is done smart and secret, and the prisoners are not able to defend themselves. "Who are these miserable persons?" said the great goblin. "Dwarves, and this," said one of the drivers, pulling at Bilbo's chain so that he fell forward onto his knees. "We found them sheltering in our front porch." "What do you mean by it?" said the great goblin, turning to Thorin. "Up to no good, I'll warrant. Spying on the private business of my people, I guess. Thieves, I shouldn't be surprised to learn. Murderers and friends of elves, not unlikely. Come, what have you got to say?" So that's the little section of the book that inspired this MOC. So yeah, this is kind of my idea of what the Goblin Stronghold looks like. If you noticed in one of the pictures, I had taken off all the minifigures, and if you look right here on the like the board, like the kind of like a, I don't know how to say it, but there's like this square piece of like wooden pallets and such that the throne is on, and the standard bearer and the cauldron. So I'm going to bring this just a little bit closer, just so you can kind of see up close, in better lighting, of course. So yeah, I think that it turned out pretty well. What I did was just gray, dark gray for the rock walls, kind of roughly hewn out of the living stone. And up here, we can see a different color to kind of accentuate that the king of the goblins is sitting there. And of course, we have all 13 of the dwarves. So if you count, there'll be 13 dwarves and 1 hobbit right here. And we've got a bunch of goblins just milling about, kind of showing off their swords, so I thought that was very fitting. And you can see a couple mushrooms and bones on the throne. So it's all very atmospheric. I think it turned out pretty good. And that's pretty much all it is to say about the MOC. I did have some like suspension up here for like lighting, but I took those off before I put it on here because it just didn't look that good and wouldn't fit inside of the camera. But I enjoyed making the lighting. The lighting is always fun. I've done that before with my first MOC of the Hobbit hole, and that turned out pretty good, so I tried it again. And I think it turned out, it's a little dark and hard to tell what's going on, so I did take a normal lighting photo too, just to kind of accentuate it. I know I said I would, at the very beginning of all this series, especially, that I would only take one photo. Well, I've kind of gone away from that because, while true, there's only one photo I'm really going for. What I do want, however, is for you to see everything inside of the MOC, because in the darkness, it's kind of hard to make out all of it. And with all of the minifigures in there, it's kind of hard to see some of the detailing that I had spent so much work on. So that's pretty much it for the MOC. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Rating out of 10. I don't care what it is. Just let me know what you think. Any suggestions are welcome. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Have a great one.